Today I'm going to speak about my experience with self-improvement and anxiety. So, the reason that I got on self-improvement was because of anxiety. I was anxious about my life, about feeling like shit. My anxiety made me feel like shit because I wasn't living up to my potential, and also when I miss habits, when I miss workouts or I get up late, I feel huge amounts of anxiety. So to some extent, anxiety is actually what keeps me on this path and what got me here. But I have had a lot of experiences with self-improvement habits that are not similar to anything that I've heard other people on self-improvement talk about. So usually when you hear about people speaking about self-improvement and, grinding, getting up early, working out and, running and shit, it's always like a very stoic sort of masculine grind, and people, they don't want to do it and it's hard, but they do it anyway. But I've had an experience throughout the 2 years that I've been doing this of actually feeling genuine, really strong, deep anxiety when I try to do these things. So, like, the idea of getting up early sometimes when it's like cold and dark is not just difficult, but it's actually deeply anxiety inducing. The idea of running and like doing difficult workouts and shit, it makes me feel like complete shit. And even when I'm actually doing it as well, like if I've got to run, I'll get up, I'll be anxious. I'll go do the run, I'll be anxious. I'll complete the run and I'm still anxious. And what I've realized is that this anxiety is not related to whether or not it is related to whether or not I should do the activity, but in a strange way. I guess what I want to say is that there's this idea that getting on self-improvement and fixing your mental health gets rid of your anxiety. But that's not exactly what I've experienced. I have really, really good mental health and I'm extremely happy, but I'm still an anxious person, and some people might disagree with this, but I think anxiety is just, for some people, it's just part of you and you're going to have it your whole life. And for me, I think I'm going to have it my whole life, and it's just part of who I am and part of how I interact with the world. But I'm grateful for it because, as I've said, it's the reason why I'm on self-improvement and the reason why I have so much motivation. But I still deal with constantly having to convince myself to do these activities because they are so anxiety inducing. It's just that not doing them is more anxiety inducing. And even though you might think like, well, you're just telling me that these activities are shit and they don't make you feel good, which is true, but there's something deeper than just feelings, which is like purpose and your soul. And when I'm living honorably to myself, following my goals, following my passion, it doesn't really matter how anxious I feel. I'm still going to be good overall. But if I don't do these activities, I'm still going to be anxious. So it's like, no matter what, I'm going to have some anxiety. But I can sort of pick and choose and target that anxiety towards certain things and end up having much better mental health overall. So now, and I'm kind of just saying this because I need to like get this message into my head as well, because I still struggle with this. Knowing that feeling anxious and helpless and like a little boy and just scared of like, you know, doing all this really hard work, brutal shit. It's necessary, and it's exactly what you have to do. But yeah, it's hard when it's not just difficulty stopping you from doing it, but it's actually deep anxiety. It sometimes can be really difficult to convince yourself to keep doing these practices. I don't feel masculine a lot of the time, and I don't feel like strong a lot of the time. I feel, as I've said, like a little boy. I feel anxious and I feel scared and afraid. You know, waking up early, going out for a run in the cold. I don't feel like fuck yeah. I feel like almost like crying sometimes. But I think this is just, it's nothing to be worried about, to take seriously. Some of us are just naturally anxious people, and we still know what we have to do. You have to grind, you have to work towards your goals and your purpose, and you can't let anxiety get in the way of that. Yeah, alright, thanks.